Yo, 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 Kyle Lowe here, and tomorrow I have to give an interview via Zoom. I haven't done that in a long time, but since the last time I did that, I got this. The Padcaster Parrot V2. I've actually had this in this box here for months since the Kickstarter shipped, but I just haven't had a reason to use it. So I get to set it up today. I'm really kind of excited because this thing has been kind of interesting. I feel like I ordered this a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while, and then I haven't needed it for any like video calls or anything, or just like interviews where I need a teleprompter. For the last couple of years, this is the teleprompter I've been using. It's, I forget who it's from. I think I definitely got it on Amazon. And it came with a really bad ball head to get my camera through the top section. So I just stacked two of these newer base plates that I had laying around. But I haven't used it. And I think I'm going to donate this one to my old high school because the video teacher there mentioned she needs one. So I'm going to donate this one and use this one, or maybe donate this one if I don't like it, and keep using the other one. But I figured I'd unbox this. I've always been kind of hesitant about the Padcaster Parrot Pro kit because it like attaches to the lens, and I've always thought that that's kind of that's a lot of weight to put on the front of the lens. My iPad, and I think this adapter kit may let me do that. I hope. Not just a phone, because I'm going to be calling in on Zoom. I don't like installing Zoom on my Mac. It's such an invasive Mac app, but when it runs on my iPad, it's much less invasive. And I want to use a nice camera. The whole thing is I want to put a nice camera into the Zoom call, and I can use the webcam mode for my iPad, but I can't use it for my phone, which this is like designed for. So let's see if this will do the trick. It'll let me use my iPad. And actually, I think since the Kickstarter, I have upgraded from an 11-inch iPad to a 12.9-inch iPad. So hopefully I don't regret having upgraded my iPad. I guess I could borrow Lauren's iPad if I really needed to, maybe. Yeah, what I do like about this is it is a much smaller like footprint. It is a lot more compact in comparison, but the trade-off is, oh, that's like GoPro. It's like a GoPro mount. You know, the trade-off is all the weight goes on my lens, and I'm not going to put a 12.9-inch iPad, even if it's a new M4 iPad, all on the lens. That's crazy. That's not a good idea. I'm also not exactly sure how wide of a field of view lens I can use with this. I think it's 24, whereas this one really wanted to have like a 35 in it. So if I can have a little bit wider field of view, I think that will work as well. What else? What else we got in here? There's spots for things, but no actual things in there. I think they're in here. Oh, this is like lens cleaning stuff, I guess. Yeah, you gotta make sure you have a clean lens and a clean two-way mirror in there. So we got a Padcaster brand lens pen, so you can clean your lens and brush it off. That's nice. And a cleaning cloth. This is kind of a nice cloth. It reminds me of the cloth that came with the Rode Wireless Pros, which is probably what I'm gonna have to use for my audio for this, because I'm on 16 mil and I'm pretty close. So I'm just using a Rode mic on top of my R5C right here. But if I'm using 24, I might be further away It came with a little remote to use with their app. I wonder if it also works with the other app I like to use, Prompt Smart Pro. That'll be interesting if I use this at all, because I really like Prompt Smart Pro. It just listens to my voice on the iPad or iPhone that I'm talking at, and will move the text along, which is great. I've got some bungee cords. I'm not sure what this is for. It's weird, there aren't really instructions in this. I think they want me to watch the video on their website, but it'd be kind of nice if it just had like a couple of step instructions here. And then here are the threads so that I can attach it, the Padcaster, to my camera. Looks like the largest I can do is an 82 mil. It also came with 67, is this 77? 77 is the one I need for this lens. Yeah, 77. 58, 55, and 52. So no 49 either, but that would, 49 would be a quite small lens to mount onto. But I think what I've got here is some upgrades. I think, is it a rail? Does this allow me to attach this to a rail system? I forget. Got a little friction arm. Got like a phone adapter. And there's like a phone holder. And this should hold it up to the opening here for a phone. Also like a clip-on phone attachment. I don't know. And then another ring. Oh yeah, to like attach a phone right on here. Okay. So I did not get the rail adjustment. A tool. It's just a fake coin and it says tool. Okay. Well, 12.9 inch iPad's probably out of the running then. Let's see. But aside from actually reading like words scrolling on a teleprompter, yeah, my second favorite use is probably like remote interviews. And then third is using it like in Teratron, if I'm just recording an interview. Even if I'm in the same room, I could set up a FaceTime or Zoom call on a device and then have them look at the camera instead of at the interviewer, like off to the side. They can look directly at the camera and answer the questions so that they have someone to look at rather than just a lens. I'm just looking at a lens right now. I'm talking to an inanimate object, imagining you, the fawning YouTube viewer, but instead I'm just talking to glass and metal. So a teleprompter can really help with kind of minimizing the loneliness of an interview. That said, Padcaster and Gerald Undone had a little like backlash, I guess, feedback, because Gerald was sent one of these early, and then he kind of was like, yeah, go pre-order. It's available for pre-order on Kickstarter, and somewhat endorsed it, but, you know, made it clear that this wasn't his product necessarily, but that he liked the pre-production model that he had been sent. Ooh, that's a really weird mechanism way to extend or shrink the platter that holds someone's phone. That is weird. Whereas my previous one, it was just like this spring-loaded thing. It also doesn't sound good, but it's all self-contained in there. This slides in and out, but there's this like rubbery, gaskety thing. This is a very weird design choice, and the two pieces of rubber are like slapping into each other when I'm sliding it. What a weird What a weird design. And then I tighten this down. So the other thing is I can mount this separately. That's why I thought I got the thing that I could like put rails out and then have this sit on the rails. I guess I misremembered what I had pre-ordered on Kickstarter. And these pieces like kind of click in. I didn't imagine that they would just, that there would be anything other than them just sliding in. They kind of like click in, which is interesting because these are just regular circles. So there is some sort of like plastic lip in there that I worry will wear out over time. And this phone holder is kind of interesting. This is kind of cool. Like the Manfrotto one, it springs but doesn't lock, but it does have a shoe mount on top here. And there's a pass-through for something. Will this mount? I guess this could mount vertically, some smaller phones. So pass-through for a cable there. But typically I would see this holding a phone horizontally like that. What are these? Oh. Whoa, what did I do? Oh, there's like further extensions. So yeah, you could hold a phone vertically. I could hold this. Oh, interesting. Although now it's blocking the maybe was this the thing I was thinking that would hold? This would hold the iPad, and then I could mount this still. I forget. Maybe this is what I got. So if I still want rails, I still need to have a piece to hold it, which I do for my shoulder rig rail system. And then do these to close these. Yeah, now I push these back together. Weird. So yeah, I guess theoretically I could unscrew this platter, still mount this on the lens, and then mount the iPad underneath. Anyway, and then I'm also just thinking I could just have the iPad sit right underneath the camera and look at the lens. I already know how to look at a lens and talk, and then I'll just out of my peripheral view see my interviewer right underneath. That also works. In some ways, this is nicer than this like $60 one I got on Amazon. In other ways, it is not. Like this all feels like corners have been cut here. And the way that this mechanism slides in and out also feels weird and cheap. But I do like that this is wider. I do like that it came with all these little adapter bits. I like that I have the capability to do a phone thing. I'm not sure what this friction arm is for, and I don't really like friction arms, so meh. But it definitely is like meant to be for having your phone as your device. So people were complaining about ghosting, you know, how much, not necessarily like the reflection of other things, like my light is reflecting, but also just like there's obviously there's two sides to the glass here, the front and the back. And when you're really close to it, you can see the reflection from both the front and the back glass. So there's a little bit of double going on in the reflection there that you can see. But it doesn't bother me. It's still readable. So is the glass great? Not necessarily. This might not be the highest quality two-way mirror ever, but I still see it on this one here as well, the $60 teleprompter. I see it on the $200 one I have access to at CMAX. Teleprompter that we use there, and then the like nearly $1,000 prompter people setup we have in the CMAX studio. You can see that, but the thing is you're typically really far away, so it's much less noticeable. But here, this is meant for a phone, and being on a thing that's, you know, arm's reach away, you're gonna notice the double lines and in areas of sharp contrast a little bit more. But I don't think that this is outside the realm of reason for viewability. You know, it actually may be just a tiny bit worse than the $60 one from Amazon. But again, it's not unreadable. It's not terrible. But yeah, this isn't the highest quality two-way mirror glass in the world. So this will still come in handy when I'm doing reading from a script, teleprompter stuff. This fits my larger Pro Max size iPhone better. And this will still be good for Interatron interviews where I just want to put a face in front of the lens. So when I have someone reading an interview, but just, yeah, for this Zoom setup, this might not be the bag to cheat looking at the subject. I'll probably just rely on my camera skills to look through to look at the lens and just have the interview sitting right underneath the camera on my iPad. That'll probably just have to be what it is. But let's still put this on this 16 to 35 millimeter lens and see what the widest field of view I can get without seeing the edges of the teleprompter in the frame. So I'm gonna take off the UV filter I have on this lens because I don't want to stack this adapter on top of the UV filter and have it get stuck. I need the 77 filter thread there, and then slide the Padcaster on top. There it is, there it clicked. And yeah, we're seeing a little bit of vignetting there at 16 millimeters. So let's zoom in till we don't see it. Is that it? And that's almost perfectly 24 millimeters that we're not getting. Oh, there's just a tiny, I'm at 23. There's 24. I need to turn off the display info. Oh, there's just a tiny, the tiniest vignette, not in the bottom corners, just in the top corners. So maybe like 25, 26 millimeters, which is still pretty wide. This would work, yeah. And I could take my phone. I like Prompt Smart Pro. I know Parrot or Padcaster has their own, but I really like Prompt Smart Pro's ability to listen to my voice and read along. Oh, I don't have any scripts in here. I loaded the Gettysburg Address into Prompt Smart Pro, so it should be able to listen along. Oh, I need to flip the text around. So here's how that looks on the Padcaster. Yeah, there's a little bit of ghosting, but it's not terrible. It's not unreadable. And yeah, let's give this a shot. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth. So it works. It does the job. It's not my favorite teleprompter. I wish I could mount a larger device. I think I could probably fit an iPad mini on here, but I don't own an iPad mini. And I wish I could mount this on rails, and maybe I could still mount the Padcaster on a lens and then mount this thing to hold a larger iPad on rails. beneath it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm gonna break. Oh, wait, I see. Oh, my phone is too thick. And maybe it's because I have a case on it. I could see the bottom. I could see my phone in the bottom of the frame. What about now? Yeah, dang, so I do have to zoom in more. What am I at now? I'm at 27 millimeters. That's a bit tighter. I was okay with 20. 27's a little bit tighter. I'm quite a bit further away. You probably hear it in my voice here. Padcaster Parrot Pro. It's kind of a meh for me. I will use it, but I probably will not buy another one. I don't know if I necessarily recommend getting one. So kind of a bummer, because I know there are people who like the original Parrot teleprompter thingy. There are aspects that I like. I like that it's got this little protector. I like this little case that it came in. I just wish I could put an iPad on it. I wish I didn't have to put so much weight on the lens. I hope I don't lose these little mounting rings. But yeah, if I just need a quick teleprompter to read off of, and I can kind of keep it close in a phone, or I guess if I get an iPad mini works for it, great. But I can't use a larger iPad. I can't use my 12.9 inch iPad with this. It's just not gonna work. But if I need a quick teleprompter or in Terratron, this will do the trick. There's just like a few too many compromises on this to recommend it. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. If you have one, or if you're considering getting one or looking for a teleprompter, honestly, I'll probably keep recommending this $60 one I got on Amazon. It needs risers, and you basically have to film at 35 millimeters, but the glass is better, and you don't put weight on your lenses. So yeah, I think save the money, buy this $60 one and two of these newer base plates, and call it a day. That's it for this video. I hope you found it useful, at least entertaining. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and hit subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Peace.